Alright, welcome to the shop. This is just going to be a quick video about testing some vacuum tubes. I'm using my other tube tester this time. This is the Precision Apparatus Company model T-60 tube tester. And this tube tester is, it's my second to first tube tester that I use, if that makes any sense. So the first one I use is my Superior TV11, and then if I need to test more tubes, I'll come to this guy. And I just have it set up today because the last couple tube testing videos I've done have been using the other tester, so I decided we'll use this one. I just have a handful of some tubes to test today. I'm starting a new project pretty soon, and I just pulled the tubes out so we can test them. So let's get started. The first test, or the first tube we're going to be testing is a 6BZ6 tube. So the first thing we want to do is locate that on the roll chart here. So let me find 6BZ6. There it is, 6BZ6. So switch A is going to go to 2, B is going to go to 8 for the filament, C is going to go on 4, or no, I'm sorry, 3. It's hard to read the chart from this angle. Our D control is going to be on 23. Cathode shorts control is going to be on 2. And our test is going to be 1567 to test. So now we can put the tube in the correct socket. It's going to go in this socket here. You can set our line voltage. And you can see here the tube is glowing, as you can see there. So now we're ready to perform the shorts test. So first we're going to do our cathode shorts test and watch this shorts and leakage lamp over here. See it flash there? That's okay. So let's just do the other switches that you're supposed to do. Okay, there are no shorts. So now we may proceed with the emissions test. So we press the test button. Here we go. And that tube is good, as you could tell. So now we are done testing this tube, so we remove it from the tester. And that's how you test a tube on this tester. So now we're going to proceed with the other tubes. The next tube is a 6AV6 tube. It's an original Magnavox tube that's coming out of the Magnavox set that I'm working on. 6AV6, so we find 6AV6 on the roll chart. Looking over here, I believe. What I love about these testers that have roll charts is they tell you exactly how to set up the tube tester. So you don't need to look at any separate books or anything. It's all right here on the roll chart. You just follow straight across. Because these tube testers were designed to test, thousands of different tubes. And as opposed to the self-service type tube testers you would find in the drugstores, those testers, if some of you might recall, didn't have all these lever switches and the knobs. You only had like 2 controls. And you had a bunch of sockets instead. In each socket you would have like a multitude of, let's say, 5 octal sockets, for example. And each of those sockets would be pre-wired for a range of tubes that have the same pinout. Whereas a tester like this instead has one of each type of socket for each tube, and has these lever switches to select the pinout, to configure the sockets for whatever tube you're testing. So they got away with eliminating extra sockets and confining these testers to be smaller and more portable by having them in the lever switches. But the self-service testers were easy for the average Joe that didn't know how to test a tube very easily. They could just say, okay, turn this control and push the button. They made it simpler for that reason. So that's why these testers are a bit more complicated to operate for, someone who's used to the self-service testers. And the other problem with tube testers that had a roll chart was every couple years, as new tubes were coming onto the market, these roll charts would get outdated. So you would either have to come and replace the roll chart entirely with the newer version, or you would get a supplementary tube book that goes along with the tester. And I have one for this tester. Excuse me one moment while I grab it. I set it over here by the lid. But for this tester, here's a supplementary guide for testing the tubes. This is a supplementary chart. So this lists all the tubes that are not on this chart that came later. So that's what you would use for these testers. So that's that. Anyway, we're going to move on here to our test of a 6AV6. So we're looking for it on the left side of the roll chart. And there it is right there. 6AV6. So A is going to be on 2, B is on 8, C is on 3. Reset these. Our D control is on 27. Cathode shorts control is on 2. Test is 17. Place it in the socket. See if it glows. And it's glowing, as you can see. So now we will proceed with the shorts test. Do cathode shorts for watching the shorts light. Nice bright flash there, but if a flash is okay, it's usually a good sign. And no shorts, so we can proceed with the emissions test. And we read good there. So this is a good tube. On to the next tube. The next tube is a 6BA6. So just like always, we find 6BA6 on the roll chart. I'm sorry, it must be down here. There it is, 6BA6. A is on 1 for this tube. B is 8. C is 3. D is 5. Cathode shorts is 7. And our test is going to be 1256. Now we're ready to put the tube in. Make sure our line voltage is correct. And this tube is glowing. So we will proceed with the shorts test. These take a few minutes longer to warm up, a couple more seconds. See a flash? It's good. Okay, there are no shorts. We can proceed with the emissions test. And we are reading in the good range, as we can see right here. So this is a good tube. It passes. And I actually have another 6BA6 right here, so we will just pop it right in. Okay, it's glowing. Give it a few seconds to warm up here. And we will proceed with the shorts test, watching the shorts light. Okay, no shorts, emission. And this one tests a bit stronger than that last one. We're in the good range. Okay, our next tube is a 6U8, which is a dual section tube. So we're going to find 6U8 on the roll chart. (6U8). A is 2, B is 8, C is 4, D is 24, cathode shorts is 8, and test is 19. And that goes in this socket because it's a bigger tube. I saw our line voltage dip a little bit. That shows that our filament's drawing power, and we're glowing. Can you see that one glowing? We're glowing there nicely. And now we will do the shorts test now. Okay, no shorts, emission, and we're in the good. So the next section now. Okay, everything stays the same except for the test. So we have 236 on the test instead of 19. And we're good there. That's a good tube. Next one is a 12AT7, which is also a dual section tube. 12AT7, there we go, it's a dual triode. A is 1, B is 8, C is going to be on 9, D is 4, cathode short is going to be 8, and test is 67. Okay, we're glowing. The cathode short is 8. Okay, emission. We're in the good. Instead of 8 for this section, we have 3. And we have 12 for the other section. And we're in the good. Okay, 3 more tubes left. We have a 6BE6 this time. Look down here for a 6BE6. I think it's going to be up here. Nope. It's going to be on this side. There we go. 6BE6. A is 2. B is 8. C is 3. D is 24. Cathode shorts is 2. And 1567 for the test. Okay, so now we're going to place the tube in the correct socket. Okay, the tube is glowing, so now we're going to go ahead and perform the shorts test. So cathode shorts is 2. Okay, no shorts, emission. And we're in the good, as we can see. So that's a good tube. And now here we have a 12AU7, which is also another dual triode. 12AU7, well, the last one wasn't a dual triode, but the one I did before was. See, the one I did that was a 12AT7. So a 12AT7 and a 12AU7 are both dual triode tubes, just a little bit different. So 12AU7. Okay, A is 1, B is 8, C is 9, D is going to be 8, cathode shorts is going to be 8, and test is 67. Okay, shorts test. No shorts, emission. And we're in the good. Test the other section. And we're in the good. Okay, and last but not least, our last tube is a 6AL5, which is a small dual diode tube. So 2 diodes in one tube. Pretty small glass tube. So a 6AL5. Up. There it is. 6AL5. A is going to be on 3. B is 8. C is 3. D is 17. Cathode shorts is 1. And test is 7. Okay, it's glowing. Can you see it glowing? Probably barely, but it is glowing. So now the shorts test is going to be 1 for a cathode. And so no shorts. And we have good emissions. So the other side is going to be 5 for cathode shorts and 2 for the test. And we have good emission. And now when you're done, we just reset all of our